Captain's log. Using the light speed breakaway factor, the Enterprise has moved back through time. We are now in extended orbit around Earth, using our ship's deflector shields to remain unobserved. Our mission? Historical research. We are monitoring Earth communications to find out how our planet survived desperate problems in the year
We live in a historic age. The availability and quantity of information we are exposed to is exponential compared to any other age in our history. As the printing press did for our forefathers, so the internet is dawning an awakening among our people.
Liberty from old superstitions, from fear and guilt. We are moving, my friends, from the darkness into the light.
I'm in agreement with your grace. Fortunately, we have a new weapon to promote our ideas.
Oh, my lord.
What in God's name is that?
It's called a printing press, my lord.
Beautiful.
And it will change the world.
Today's citizen is informed and engaged because the internet allows for instantaneous, reciprocal, quantifiable communications from the comfort of anywhere one happens to be. By our own observation, the internet is enjoying exponentially growing use and successful application in Oshawa. According to Google's CFO, Pierre Pichette, Canada is the most voracious consumer of video on the internet. It is possible to film, stream, and archive committee and council meetings with little effort and investment. It is possible to mine this data for current and future uses, and it is also possible to monetize this process. This council would distinguish itself from among its peers were it to courageously embrace and apply this technology to empower itself, its staff, and its people with the tools to communicate in a productive medium. Imagine yourselves a council in the future, say 150 years. Would it not be of great value and importance to you to be able to look back into the city's archives and actually see a past council in action?
Got a lot of work to do.
I see.
I've been looking through the personal log entries of all the Starfleet captains who encountered the Borg. Anything that might give me an insight into the mind of the collective.
And?
In the words of Jean-Luc Picard, in their collective state, the Borg are utterly without mercy, driven by one will alone, the will to conquer. They are beyond redemption, beyond reason. And then there's Captain Amosov of the Endeavour. It is my opinion that the Borg are as close to pure evil as any race we've ever encountered. What's so funny?
Nothing.
You're smiling. Obviously, I've said something amusing.
You sounded just like Amosov.
What?
Just now, while you were reading his log, you were using his inflections.
I did not.
Yes, you were. And before that, you were doing a pretty good Picard.
Was I?
It's nothing to be ashamed about. Echoing the greats.
Taking the brave steps to effect the change so sorely needed, and inspiring the future to move forward. This council would demonstrate its commitment to transparency and accountability by adopting this practice. The streaming and archiving of video copies of meetings would significantly bolster the abilities and effectiveness of the city's accountability and transparency policy currently in force. Imagine receiving instantaneous, unlimited constituent feedback following meetings. The current feedback process is constrained and time-consuming. By incorporating digital media to manage its communications, the City of Oshawa will be able to make faster, more informed decisions than its peers, leading the pack in collaborative governing models, blazing a trail for others to follow. Now I ask you to imagine the amount of traffic to Oshawa.ca this would generate. This traffic is a valuable resource to the city and a possible source of revenue. Local businesses could be offered a significant advertising vehicle and the City of Oshawa a new revenue source. This council would demonstrate considerable forward-thinking work to explore the opportunities this medium affords and to diversify its revenue stream, relieving the taxpayer of further burden. This step is not without risk, and mitigating that factor will be the key to the success of any social media exploration the City of Oshawa chooses to undertake. It is imperative that as much information regarding the use and impact of social media on communities be obtained. It is also imperative that the City of Oshawa look to the strategic resources available in its community to bolster its intelligence in this arena and engage them in active participation in this process.